are you growing through it? Are you bigger and better because of it? Because it's not going to leave you until you grow through it.
Okay, guys, I am back. You had 7 days at my table with Tasha Kelly. Okay, y'all, today is Sunday. It's the Self-Check Sunday. So, the title for Self-Check Sunday is Did I Grow or Just Go Through It? Alright, so this is like my end of the week videos, what we talked about all week, and just self-check, checking yourself. So, all right, we're gonna start, y'all. And I told y'all that I don't need to do an introduction. So we just gonna do it like this until I can start going live. Okay. So here we go. Okay, did I grow or just go through it? So the first part is really about me right now, and then I'll go on. Okay. So today is self-check Sunday at my table. I had to ask myself, did I grow this week or did I just go through it? Growth is when I start responding differently and paying attention to my patterns. Even one small change this week is growth. Growth doesn't always look loud. Sometimes it's just me doing things differently. That's right. And you know something? Lately, if I catch myself, I'm telling you, I will catch it and improve in it. So growth is important, okay? And it doesn't happen overnight. And like to say, even the small change, even a little bit of something that you decide to grow from matters. It matters. All right, so let's go to the next slide. All right, Self Check Sunday is the time I slow down and really look at my week. Not just what happened around me, but what happened within me. One thing I notice is that growth sometimes show up in my reactions. Situations that once would have pulled me into frustration or emotion didn't affect me the same way this time. That lets me know something inside of me is changing. Okay. And back to that, like you feel the change in you, you know when you're changing. You notice. You do. You feel it, you start to see your pattern change, and it's you'll see it. And when you do, you want to keep going on with that. Like it feels good, you see it, um, and you just want to continue that because of you see the growth in you somewhere where you wanted to be, where you was trying to get, and you don't want to back down. So you want to keep growing. So keep watering yourself. So okay. So this says another thing that stood out to me this week was accountability. It's easy to point at circumstances or other people, but real change starts when I'm honest about the part I played and what I could do differently moving forward. Okay? So accountability is important, and when you choose to do something and it affects you, you don't want to blame nobody, if you knew better. So um you catch it and you move different. That's all. All right, next slide. All right, so this is for all of us. Sometimes we go through situations and we adore them. We push through the stress, the lessons, the disappointments, and we make it to the other side. That's right. You got to push through it. And how I get through it, man above, God. So you got to just push through it. I'm telling you. Nothing to stop your growth. Keep watering yourself with watering yourself, okay? And you'll make it to the other side. I'm telling you. All right. So, but growth is when something inside of us shifts. It shows up in the way we think differently, respond differently, respond differently, or set boundaries we didn't set before. Growth means the situation didn't just happen to us; it changed us for the better. Absolutely. That's what growth does. It changes you for the better. And setting boundaries is important. I've noticed that some bad boundaries that I didn't set needed to be set. So, you know, so that's very important to setting boundaries, because this is all about growth too. All about growth. I'm gonna touch down on this um subject topic about growth again, because it's really important, because I know you know what I did for me. And but you have to do the work. You have to put in work. You have to put in work. And it gets challenges sometimes, but just keep going. I'm telling you, keep going. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Here it says, sometimes the lesson is simply understanding what the situation was meant to teach me. Well, us. I should have put us. Okay. When I take the lesson from the moment, it stops being just something I went through and becomes something I can grow from. That's why I remind myself, sometimes growth isn't loud. Sometimes growth is just me realizing I can't keep doing the same things the same way anymore. Right, because the things that you used to do, where did it get you? It kept you stuck. You wasn't growing. You was still, it wasn't getting you nowhere. It wasn't. So, and when you realize it's okay and it takes time and you never stop growing, and once you get it, I'm telling you, you're going to want to keep on and keep on. So, you can't do the same things if you want to grow. You have to let a lot of stuff go. Okay? So, if I kept doing the things I would have been still stuck. And where would I have been? So, once I started letting things go and letting the people that wasn't um, helping me grow, I had to let that go. Put up my boundaries, do the self work, give time to myself. I always call it, I isolate myself, but I call it positive isolation. So those are the things you have to do. And number one is put God first in your life. Put God first, and He will help you get through it all. Okay. So He will help you get through it all. And I did it. I did it. So, yeah, I'm telling you, you cannot do the same things if you want to grow. So if you are partying and coming home all late, drunk, always arguing and drama, where did you grow from? Where you still there? Where, what's you doing differently? What are you doing differently? You know, what else? Other things, just childish behavior, it's not even with people. Um, you start to how can I say this? You start to just get tired of things too. So when you notice that, you kind of like, you know what? I'm tired of being in these positions. All this is doing is um um stopping me from being more successful, stopping me from just uh how can I explain? It just stops you from a lot of things when you doing the wrong things, and you see it in front of you that you wanna it's right there in front of you. We always have the thoughts, I wanna go, I wanna do better, I wanna do better. We say it, but are we applying it? So I'm telling you, just do the work, do the things, and watch yourself grow. I always say, water yourself, and the water that's pouring down on you is watering yourself with setting boundaries, and watering yourself with peace of mind, and watering yourself with more calmness, watering yourself with you know uh, taking time to yourself, just all those things helps. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next thing. Okay, here is some reflection points I had added to my things, which I will be doing this all the time. So I don't think y'all could see what it says on his notebook. So in the mirror it says reflection points. Okay. So his notebook on the top says, "Did anything challenge my mindset this week?" Okay. Put the little brain picture. So on the side of that picture, it says, to answer that, it says, "Something may have pushed me to see things differently. Moments like that help me understand myself better." Okay. So again, did anything challenge my mindset this week? Something may have pushed me to see things differently. Okay. Moments like that help me understand myself better. Okay. The next one under him says, under that one says, "Did I show up for myself the way I needed to?" So, reflecting back on yourself, you're like, okay, did I show up for myself the way I needed to? So here it says sometimes that means resting, setting a boundary, or saying no. Taking care of myself matters too. So that's how you could show up for yourself. Okay. Um, just to, just checking yourself with the week that what you did. You want to be something. You gotta check back and say, did I, you know, accomplish that? Let me check back on what some of the things I did. So, and you could show up, you showing up for yourself by getting enough rest, like they say, and setting a boundary, or just saying no. So, resting, because you need the rest. You don't want to be all tired and not feel motivated. You want to feel motivated to do the things you need to do to grow. Okay. So the next, I believe I have some more reflection points. Yes, I do. Okay, so this one says that I choose peace in a moment I usually react. So this says I paid attention to how I responded to certain situations. Calmer response shows I'm learning to handle things differently. Yes, I could speak on it. I started to it's when you slip up, like, oh, let me catch myself. I don't want to argue. I don't want to do none of that. I want to be more calmer. So you start to, you catch yourself. Okay. And it's a learning process. It's a learning process. So, and as you start to see too that you've been doing the things you're not doing, like this, for instance, like, you're not argumentative no more. You're more calmer. You don't want to take it there. So once you see that, you're like, okay. And as it builds up, you're gonna say, okay, I am changing. I'm doing better. And then the one under that says, did I take a step forward, even if it was small? So this one says, progress doesn't always come in big moves. One better decision could still move me in the right direction. So true. So don't, like I keep repeating, don't think something's going to happen overnight, okay? So one little decision that you make, it could go, I'm telling you, it's still movement. You still did something towards something that you wanted to grow, right? And in that right direction, okay? So, for instance, I keep saying, hanging out. So they girls called you, hey, let's go outside. No, guess what you did? You said no. I'm going out. I need to study. I got class in the morning. Um, anything. Guess what? You just pointed yourself in the right direction. Even if you're going home, don't even have nothing to do. You just know when you outside and all that, that ain't productive. So guess what? You went home, and that brought you to, putting you in the right direction to growth and the things that you don't want to do no more. Okay, that was a benefit in you. So, and I believe this is the last slide. Yep. Okay, so here's the truth moment. I also have something after this. So, this is the truth moment question. So, the first one is, did I grow this week or did I just go through it? The second one is, what situation this week showed me something about myself? The next one, did my reactions reflect the person I'm trying to become? What is one thing I need to do differently next week? Am I moving forward or repeating the same pattern. So I'm gonna go back. So I want to go back to this one. We usually gonna answer you in the comments, but this one it says, "What is one thing I need to do differently next week?" That's good. That if you see something, you once you notice it, it's good to say, I'm not gonna bring it into the let me not do it moving forward. This week is over. I noticed that about me. So let me, you know, not do it again. Um, and the last one, am I moving forward or repeating the same pattern? Um, that's a good question to self. Am I moving forward? You'll see. You'll know when you're moving forward. You will see. And sometimes you wake up like, oh wait, I am repeating the same pattern. Hold up. So you just catch yourself and don't beat yourself up either, or don't feel like you're a failure because like I said, you never stop growing and it takes time to grow, right? When you put that seeds in the ground, it don't turn into a flower so right then and there as soon as you water it, right? It takes time, you know. The sun got to hit it, and it got to get watered every now and then, right? So that sun got to hit you, and that water got to hit you, and those sun and water is the things you need to do, that the tools you need to grow. Okay, so I had added something at the end of this. So y'all, being that this is Sunday, self check Sunday, we've done all the things for the week. So here, this is my way of exiting the week. So it says here, this week at my table, we focused on awareness. See, I didn't tell y'all that before. So all these topics and stuff for this week was about awareness, okay? So it was on awareness, taking time to notice what's happening within us. So from Testimony Tuesday, reminding us what strengthens us, to 5W Wednesdays, asking deeper questions, to Scripture Saturday, reflecting on living the Word, and Self Check Sunday, which is today, taking an honest look at ourselves. Right? You always got to do that. You got it. You have to do that. You got to check yourself. You know. Sometimes I have to redirect myself when I start slipping. I say, wait, let me redirect myself. That's a good thing to do too. Redirect yourself. Sit with yourself. If you got to write it down or just take that time in the corner, just think. I'm telling you. That's what I say with myself. Redirecting myself. So now, next week, starting Monday, guys. So it will be a new week. So for this new week, we begin a new direction centered on accountability. So most of my topic is going to be about accountability. That's something that I had to learn. I did not know what that was about. I heard it before, but I didn't know what. I didn't know because I wasn't doing it, and I didn't know it's something I needed to do to help heal. And that helps you heal. Okay, taking accountability. Okay, so it's going to be centered on accountability with a focus on discipline, consistency, and truth. So that's going to be a great, 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 great new week. And as soon as I finish this video, I'm going to get right into my notes for tomorrow. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this week. It was all about awareness, and I hope to see you here again. So you are here at 7 days at my table with Tasha Kelly. I'll see you guys later. Bye.